adventure through food. As a born athlete, Vuyisile Colossa not only eats to live, he lives to eat. He was following his dream of becoming a better martial artist when he moved from Cape Town to Hong Kong, but something even better happened. He fell in love with the local woman, the city, and the food. Almost 10 years later, he's not only gained notoriety in the ring, he's also married with 2 young children.
My name is Vuyisile Colossa, Colossa. I'm from South Africa. I have 2 kids. My son is 5, my daughter is 3. I'm married here with a lovely Hong Kong lady.
Vuyisile is in a tough, physically demanding business, but at home he's a teddy bear, a loving father and caring husband. Today he's taking a turn in the kitchen, cooking up a meaty and healthy feast for his family. His younger brother, visiting from South Africa, is also pitching in.
It's more like a lifestyle. You know, our eating, like we make sure that we buy fresh foods, you know, everything's fresh. You know, we go to the market. Oh yeah, let it boil for a bit.
Vuyisile and his family live in a Hong Kong suburb. The lush green hills outside their apartment help to turn Hong Kong's din and density into peace and privacy.
So this area I'm living in is Tai Po. As you can see at the back, you know, this is very, very good for me. You know, for the kids, good for them. You know, the school is just here nearby, you know. Mommy, don't play with it, it's for mommy. When I'm off season, when I'm not competing, I'll eat generally almost everything. It's only stuff that mainly like you're allergic to that you stay away from. At 3 weeks before my fight, that's when, okay, I'll change my eating plan. Because now I need to drop down the kilos, the weight. Bars, Burra bars. Farmer sausage in English. So this is like one of my mom's specials in Frywell. One of the things with Hong Kong is the space. You can save to use whatever space you have, because it's not so easy. 2 pieces, it should be good. Remember, we have a curry chicken, and I like the curry sauce. So don't be scared because it's nice and spicy. Yeah. Who's gonna have a taste?
Dinner is ready. Curry chicken, South African sausage, and a vegetable dish called chakalaka. It's time to eat, but one important person isn't home yet.
Taste.
Can I taste it?
You're gonna try. You don't know spicy. Silsoa. Silsoa. Yeah, some. Wow, mommy's home. Mommy's home. Mommy's home.
Vuyisile met his wife, Novi Hung, at a friend's gathering 8 years ago.
Hello, baby.
How are you guys?
Good. Come taste.
Oh, did you make it?
So, babe, you try. So this is like. So it's fried, cooked. So you get another style of chusanyam.
Only you can tell the difference.
Yeah. So we'll cook it differently. It will depend like what plate you're gonna have. So taste. Taste first.
Did you make this too?
Yeah, we cooked, Mom.
Wow. Impressive.
Impressive, yeah?
Very.
Is that good?
Good.
Eating it.
Wow. Good, dude. All now those stuff I wanted to implement in South Africa to start back then, I was able to do them over here, you know, in Hong Kong. Because no, Hong Kong gives you the space to do it. Especially if you're a big dreamer, you know, it allows you to do it. In Hong Kong, I've established myself pretty well as a martial art business professional. Starting from then, doing white-collar events, training bankers, training normal white-collar people in the offices to teach them martial art and how to compete. And at the same time, I was raising funds for different international charities. In South Africa, we played a lot of Chinese kung fu movies. We saw a lot of that. Then later on, there was from Bruce Lee, then there was a lot of Jackie Chan's and Jet Li's and so forth. And then in the West, there was this guy, Jean-Claude Van Damme. This is exactly what I want to become, but we don't know, okay, where's it going to take you? For me, it was just, sometimes I think it looks cool. Before I came to Hong Kong, I was already a professional fighter. I was one of the rising fighters from South Africa. I remember back in 2002, I was elected as a Sportsman of the Year for the Premier Youth Awards. Because at that time I was still in high school. Winning for me is like I said, when you wake up every morning and you go run, for your match, you're winning already. What you get actually as a martial artist, with all the training, it's all about finding that the inner peace. Okay, this is when, it's a whole self-discovery. So that's why it's not just something that takes 2 years or 5 years or even 10 years to learn. It's a lifetime.
Today, Novi is taking her daughter to Taiwan for the weekend. There's a lot of prep involved, but they also make sure to schedule some last-minute family playtime.
After we were friends, then we start dating, and not very long to go, he already proposed to me. And then he proposed again another few months later, and we decided to go get married, and our wedding was in South Africa on a Christmas day.
They say they've learned to embrace their culture, racial, ethnic, and even their dietary differences.
We don't see people's eye looking at us. Well, it's very common if I go China with him. My friends and my clients in China, they love him because they think, oh, he is quite different than other people's husband. But for me, he's an ordinary person. But my husband, he looks like rough, but he's not. Well, because I think for them, they've trained martial arts for over 20 years. They got a good heart. At home, we actually cook every day because I like to look at the recipes, and sometimes I cook, sometimes Nani can cook, and he doesn't really cook, but he likes to eat our food. He likes to eat my food. You have coffee already?
Like my wife, she's working, successful banker and so forth. She wants it for herself, right? But I'm still supporting. I'm doing what work I can do to support the family also. So it's all about finding ways of how to work with each other and so forth, able to maintain a healthier family and a relationship. Being a multiracial family and cross-culture, So the education of the kids for me, the focus now is for them is to understand the difference between the two cultures, so that once they know, okay, this is daddy's culture and this is mommy's culture, so now they can decide how to blend them in together. I can't do that for them. Definitely, I want my son to become an athlete. He chooses, or my daughter, he chooses, it's up to them, because I believe sport, general sport across the border, it's the best thing for human beings. To be active in something.
Don't do that one. That one is good.
Being in Hong Kong is a metropolitan place, there's so many food choices here.
This is yummy.
You want one?
Before flying off, there's one last shared meal of noodles, dumplings, and other good Hong Kong eats.
Because we have people from France, England, Argentina, Philippines, we have people from all over, you understand? And everybody have their own cuisines, Across the board, even the Chinese food. It's so much food. I love food. Because look, living in Hong Kong metropolitan place, you have to be metropolitan also on what you eat.
Then the goodbyes begin, with lots of hugs and kisses.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye,
Bye. I miss you so much.
Because I remember that time when I was transiting Hong Kong, we would spend the whole day here just, roaming around on the Sunday after a Japan trip or Korea trip. I'm like, wow, this place is so cool, I want to be here. I just came in as an experiment to see if I'll like it or not. I'm like, okay, you know what, let's see after 2 years, if I like it, I'll stay. If I don't like it, I'll go, It's been 9 years I've been here and just been happening and happening,
The Stope, likely the first South African restaurant in Hong Kong, has been serving locals and expats with authentic South African food since 1999.
When I first came out, I think there were about 500 South Africans in Hong Kong. There are now many, many more, and a lot of them living on Lantau. So there's a bigger South African community, but my customers were always the people from Hong Kong. They would travel from Hong Kong to come to Lantau, to come to the Stoop.
Every time when I come here, we have fun. You come there, we eat as much as we can and so forth. It's quite, it's quite the taste of home. South Africa is multicultural place, multinationality place too. Just like Hong Kong, it's also metropolitan. You go in there, you'll be like, oh wow, it's like anywhere else. It's like, you know what, same. When you're in Hong Kong for a long time, you do miss where you come from. But that's like how you deal with it. You know what I mean? Because again, like the world is so small today. So now you see the flight from South Africa to Hong Kong is the same driving distance from Johannesburg to Cape Town. So it's like, why not? So it became that small in the world actually. When it comes to travel, this is why, tourism and all this other stuff people do, because it's all about cultural exchange, because people don't want to learn more about other people's cultures, learn more about their traditions, what they do and so forth. You see that allows people to connect and so forth.